Let's see how this goes. Let's see if we can get a little nighttime message out without them doing some old weird stuff to the video and the sound like they always do. I'm going to give it a moment. Let some beloved souls trickle on in. Greetings, glad tidings to all the beloved across the realm. Hope y'all are well. We set as always and always. Good evening, y'all. Good rising. Maybe it's late or really early where you're at. If they don't screw up the audio, maybe I can let it post so people can watch it on the rewatch. Honestly, I had all day, right? It was things I wanted to come on and talk about. I even made a few videos, short ones, just to catch my thought and record it. That way I wouldn't lose that thought. So I have a few uploads I might do. But as the day went on and I went back and watched the video right before I was going to post it, I realized something. The thing that I thought was important enough to make a video about at that moment where I made the video, 2 hours later, when I watched the video, I didn't feel the same way about it. I felt like that even making the video was giving this subject matter too much energy. I felt like it was, even putting a 17-minute video out was just giving too much energy to it. That's why I ended up not posting it. Yeah, it is dark. I mean, there's motion lights and stuff, but I'm not finna keep moving around. It really don't matter. The main thing, I just want to make sure they don't start that nonsense with the audio. So if y'all could let me know if as soon as it does that stupid thing that they try, it's not even they at this point, it's it. There's no one sitting behind a computer sitting there waiting for you and I to gather, and then they're like, it's all it's AI. It's here. Like, it is what it is. And people don't even realize it. People are still arguing and debating about politics, about money, about digital currency. The fact of the matter is, look, yes, you are an eternal soul, okay? What does that truly mean? That means you really don't have to worry. Worry is worry. You're just warring with yourself. You're not warring with anyone else. Now, after you're done warring with yourself, if you take it far enough, then you will war with someone else. And that's just a casualty of your own war and your own worry that you done projected onto the world, someone else. And that falls for every category: racism, how someone looks, how someone talks, on the highway, road rage, everything. Doctrine, religion. If you ain't, it's a lot of stuff out here. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all know, most of y'all know, that my wife we were together 24 years. I say my wife of 24 years because that's how it was. Now, did we legally at one point go and get that certificate that didn't mean a lot to us? It was for other reasons, because we were still, knee deep in what people will call the matrix. A lot of y'all know that she passed on to the next place. Young too, beautiful, gorgeous, and as physically beautiful as she is and was in her physical avatar, she was even more of a beautiful soul. Like that was just extra, for real. So what I'm trying to say is my life has changed, right? So I'm out here now, and I started street ministry before I even came online. So I've been out in the streets. I've been putting in work. I'm just the type. I'm not gonna tape it and record it and put it on the internet, because that will be your reward. If when you do that, your reward will be the internet. All your followers, 200K subs, you get to travel a little bit, you selling merch, and you got fans and they're idolizing you and all that. That is your reward. You will have nothing more than that. That will be your life. You will be famous in your own way, and now you have your reward for all these good deeds that you've been out here doing. See, when you do it in private, it's out of love and it's authentic, and that means you are truly wealthy. You become truly wealthy. You are the wealthiest, richest being that is here, along with your brothers and sisters, because it's all family. You don't need their money to be rich. You don't need their cars. You don't need nothing the infamous they has. We don't need it. And yeah, guys, you know what? I gotta get tighter, because I noticed I don't think I have enough moderators. I mean, I try to run a loose ship over here, because this is a good community. So I don't want to be that guy that starts blocking everybody. But to be honest with you, right now where I'm at with it, and that's where I was going with this conversation, my life has changed. So now these past 10 months I've been back out more in, I won't say worldly, but in the world. I've been out here, I've been closer to it, I've been experiencing it closer than the past for a minute. You know, when you're with somebody 24 years, but y'all both is young, you go through everything together, everything. But that's true love. True love is not some fairy tale where y'all don't go through nothing. It's going through the things that shows that it's authentic love. It's getting through all that. It's not about nothing happening and you just sitting there. So my life has changed, and what I'm trying to say is, but it's brought me closer to a lot of souls out here in the physical, which was all meant. It's all meant to be. And I cross paths with beautiful souls every day. At least once a day, I have just a captivating dialogue with a beautiful soul, and like it's a lot of people out here who are starving for that, and you can tell it's almost like they've been in the desert, and this conversation, this dialogue is like a ice cold glass of water or lemonade, whatever. You can tell, and it is burdensome. Like it does hurt my heart, because it's like I would like to be there for everyone, but in this realm, the way it's set up, you just can't. It's just you can't. There is a universal law of preservation, and what I have noticed is so many people out here are not either aware of that, or they're not abiding by that. They're giving their energy out to everyone, everything, everybody. And you're just gonna wear yourself down and exhaust yourself, and you're not gonna be no good to nobody because you're gonna end up falling off track because you're either so exhausted or you're going something. And then, I mean, you know, people in religion will blame it on the devil or something. It's not the devil, it's you not staying in alignment. Alignment doesn't mean perfect. It means being on balance. You can be on a balance beam and wobble and darn near fall off. That's not perfect. Perfect is going straight across there, like running straight across. It's okay to wobble and get ready, fall off in one leg, but as long as you keep that balance, and that's what it's all about. It's just about maintaining that balance. And so many people out here do not know what that looks like, and it's it is sad. I can't find another word for it. It's sad, and it hurts. It hurts. But when we go to a higher level, it's not. You don't have to worry about it, but you're here now. So like you would be a fool and you would be numb and you would have your heart hardened if you weren't experiencing what comes with being here. You're supposed to experience it. You're not supposed to like get numb to it or run away from it or something like that. Like you're meant to feel it. You're meant to feel the pain. You're meant to feel the joy, like all of it. It's just that you have to also know that people are going to be attracted to your light, but most cannot handle the glare. They get too close to these people that don't have anyone like you in their life. So when you come around, they're attracted to you. Like I'm not even talking about sexually. Like they could be, but I'm talking about just attracted to your light. But you let them get too close, they can't handle the glare. It's too bright. They're not ready for that yet. They're not ready for you to just let it all out on them and this and that. They might say they are, they might claim they are, but you got to be the one that sees it because you're the one that is a couple steps ahead of the pack. Nobody's gonna get too far out ahead of the pack. We rolling together. So like, yeah, we got a group of us that's ahead of the pack, but we're not leaving the pack. And then there's a group of people that's walking the whole opposite way. There's nothing you can do about that. You can't chase them down, and what you gonna do? Put them in a chokehold and slot and drag them down the street where we're going? Like you can't do that. That's like trying to make a horse drink water. That's the old saying: you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. Try to make that horse drink. You're gonna drown. You're either gonna drown it or it's gonna kick you, and you're gonna drink. You're gonna be left there. The horse gonna walk off. One of y'all not gonna make it if you try to make a horse drink water. You're gonna drown it or it's gonna kick you. Point blank period. That's the same thing going on out here right now with all of our loved ones. And it don't even gotta be family. I meet people in one night love them. I mean, I don't mean like fall in love like intimately and romantically or nothing like that. But I can meet you one moment and just feel it and know. That is our ancient language. I've told you that many occasions. That's the real love language, y'all. Our language is love. You don't have five senses. That is, and then there's people saying, "Oh no, you got more than five senses," and all that metaphysical crap. That you got 32 senses, and this, man, all that stuff comes from the Kabbalah, and all that comes from all Atlantis, and these people that are stuck in time, the Elohim, the Anunnaki. All it is the elites. That's all it is. They've reached a level so high in science that most of us can't even fathom it. So we think they're like gods or something. These Anunnaki, all they are freaking beings, humanoids that decided to go the opposite way, down the street. That's what they did, and they are stuck here. and they have what's called a cat's paw, that is who we see out on TV and this and that. If you don't know what a cat's paw is, it's when someone's performing magic, but they don't do it themselves. They get somebody else to do it for them so they can kind of sidestep karma a little bit. And there's more to it. They know how to sidestep karma like it's a dance, like it's a freaking line dance. They know how to. That's why people saying, "Well, if it's a guy," they sidestep karma so good it questions people. People question if it's even a real origin. What people call God. People like, if it's a God, then how come they letting in this? Well, it's because as a whole we've been so lied to and so indoctrinated. At the same time, told the truth. So you've been told the truth and lied to at the same time, but nobody knows. That's called confusion. That means fusing to the con. And like there's one that's written in the Bible that the origin of eternal soul, life, light, and rest is not the author of confusion. Author is again golden light, just like your aura. That's what it is. It all boils down to you and your light, and that's what all the religions are about. Even the word religion literally means group of light, legion of light. Okay, and it's just I just wanted to come on and share with y'all, like, you know I know a lot of y'all going through the same things because we're always on a similar frequency, or you wouldn't even be here right now. So that's why I come on and share a little. I could go in and sit down and do a teaching at the laptop and all that, but I like having these conversations as well. I mean, you can see when we have these conversations, they don't never do that overlay thing when I'm teaching. Why they always do it when we're out here talking? When it's all of us just chilling, you know, fellowshipping. You know why? Because that's our lights. I've told you before. It becomes brighter and brighter the more we resonate with each other. We actually become like one being. Like all the stories about the Titans and all that. Yeah, there are primordial beings here that are like petrified and things like mermaids and stuff like that. There are being in mountains and things, like there are giants that you'd be a fool to not, or you just have never looked at anything like that before to not know that. But the real titans and all that they're talking about us, beloved. They're talking about us when we're unified. It's just the level of how unified we are. That's the stories that like gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So like the more unified we are, then we're giants if we're kind of unified. If we're really unified, we're titans. If we're really really unified, we're gods, and goddesses. It's all about us being unity. That's all it's about. And people think unity means like, see, they indoctrinate every single thought. They like every single word and every single thought that is comes across you. You they want you to wrestle with it, and they have done their best since we were children to do that. So like right now, people think unity means like we have to agree on everything. We have to sit in a circle and sing "Kumbaya" and like or whatever, whatever it may be. We gotta walk around barefooted, you know, do somebody doing mushrooms or something. I don't know. Just a bunch of different stuff. Or they want you to think it's got to be like some hive mind thing, like where we're all, it's just it's a lot of weird stuff out here, man. Even the posts. Every time I get on the internet, it's just getting weirder and weirder. It's people, AI, man. People, it's like, I just seen a picture of some blue bald headed lady with diamonds glistening all over her face, and it says, "Hi, I'm from I don't even know where, some star." And like it's like 1.8 thousand likes, and like people, and like all these comments and stuff. And it's like, yeah, your human race is coming along, and it's almost time, and this and that, and like, it's just insane, man. And then on the flip side, you got what we would call regular, everyday people out here working, don't know nothing about none of this. They don't know nothing about no star seed, no nothing that we talk about on here that gets taught. All they know is I gotta pay bills on Monday. I got 4 children. I'm a single mom with 4 children. Like, I want to know the truth. I do like the truth. I would like to know the truth, but dang, like, I gotta feed my children. I love my children, so like I gotta make sure they straight. It's people out here that are stuck in that cycle. And it's so sad because everyone around them is stuck in their own cycle, and it's just freaking every man for themselves. And even family. Family is siphoning your energy. Your brothers, your uncles, your aunts, sister-in-law, even daughters and people literally will siphon your energy. And it's like you're giving out love and they're giving out something that resembles love, but I don't know. It don't. I don't know. Maybe if my standards are too high or something. I don't know. My expectations, what it is, but it just doesn't feel like a lot of these people that it's like they're not tapped in. It's like they're disconnected, and that burdens I. It burdens I. Was it the thing? The snake bite? Was it that? Is it what is it? Is it just that point in the cycle? Is this what happens every single time? This point in time where at like a half the people just fall off and just lose their way, and then half of us get it? Because that's what it's really seeming like. And I don't even, and half is being generous. Like, 'cause, man, it's even the people that like kind of know some stuff. They're even like they're falling. They'll end up disappointing you at some point. These teachers on the internet, you think you finally found one that knows, okay, yeah, it's a good. And then next thing you know, they're talking about some old crazy mess, and it's like, dang, man, like psyops and stuff. Like, and I don't want to bring it up, but y'all know what happened. Just happened with the. I ain't even gonna say his name for the algorithm. For the white dude that got took out, that was going to all the colleges. He's a troublemaker. He was a religious troublemaker. I don't care what nobody says. You could say he was doing Jesus work and all that. Man, that's not what somebody said on the last live I did when I explained what he was doing. They was like, "You literally just described what Jesus did." No, I didn't. You're looking at it like he was going around teaching like he was being Christ-like or something. That was nothing Christ-like about that, man. And there's so many clips out here. People can say it's AI and stuff. Man, if you got discernment, you know. The man was a racist. He was at the Wailing Wall. He had his little small hat on. Now, I'm not saying he deserved anything. Don't get it twisted. I'm not advocating for any kind of violence or anything. I'm just saying, you know how many people that happens to every day in a city, in a town near you? Why are you not worried about that? Why is not everybody? You know, it's 90-year-old woman that has done more than. I don't want to like talk about anyone that has passed. I don't know if he was a soul or if he was just spirit. I don't know. Never crossed paths with him, so I'm not gonna bring. You know, I'm gonna let that spirit or that soul rest right now. I'm not going to do that. But what I can say is there's 90-year-old women out here that put in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times as much work as some of these people that we be on here talking about and focusing on. But you didn't. All she gets a little obituary and nobody. Ain't nobody talking about gematria with Miss Olivia's name, writing her name up and doing gematria and saying, yeah, it was this. It all matches up. Da 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 da. Ain't nobody doing Miss Olivia down the street who been doing good stuff for everybody for 65 years and didn't have to go to nowhere to start trouble and debate nobody on a loudspeaker because she was love. But she get a little bitty bitty obituary, but she was wealthy in this life. That's what it's all about, beloved. And it's really coming quick for we're I know for I can only speak for I, but I know y'all too. This finna get unplugged, man. I'm not waiting on them to unplug it. I'm unplugging it. You know why? Because if you wait, then you didn't make the free will decision to do it. You just waited until it got shut down and you was forced to do it. That sucks. That's stupid. Like I would much rather make the free will choice to say, man, I'm done. Like I'm done with this little stupid Black Mirror. I'm done with all of this. Like if I cross you in the streets or out here, then we gonna connect and this and that. Yes, I'm still doing the community, and I'm not saying that I'm done. I'm not saying that you know Chief is done on here teaching. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's coming quickly. It's coming quick, y'all. Like you know it's yeah, it's gotta, like, we gotta call it, you know what I'm saying? And there's so many people, like I was tonight, I shouldn't even went on there. No disrespect to Bro Sanchez, but I was on there for a second tonight, just for a second, and it was so sad. People's consciousness and just what they're worrying about, and I had to go. I had to just get off of there. Like it's just, man. Like at this point, I don't know what else needs to be said. Like nothing. Like it's action. It's got to be action, and there's no war. That's another thing. Like everyone thinks, like, oh, we got to confront them. We got to rebel. And no, you don't. That's tiring. Even thinking about it is freaking tiring. I don't want. Like I'm not doing none of that. I'm not. I've been fighting my whole life. Okay, like enough is enough, and it's not giving up. It's simply saying, look, your game sucks. I don't like your game. So I'm gonna take me and my ball and my folks and my family, and we're going over here and we're playing our own game. I don't like your music. I don't like the way you dance. We're going over here playing our music and we're gonna dance until the sun come up, or maybe it won't come up. Either way, we're gonna dance and we're gonna listen to our music, and that's it. I'm not playing this their game no more. And everyone is worried about, well, what do we tell people? What do we what about the people that don't, that we ain't gonna get everybody? You have you ever stopped and thought that everybody isn't meant to get it right now? It's not when you get it, now all of a sudden everyone has to get it or something's wrong with them. No, it's so bad. That's religion did that. Religion has lied to all of us and told us, like, you're one and done here. Man, that's like Russian roulette. Religion is Russian roulette. One and done here is Russian roulette. It's like, pick the right religion. You got one life. That's it. You go, it's heaven or hell. Like, that is freaking so insane and evil what they have done with that, yo, and psyop the whole world. Like, it's people, friends of mine who are like starting to cross paths with I, because I'm out here on the land where I'm originally from, so I'm crossing paths with more and more people that I know, like have known I for a while, and I don't, they haven't really said anything in none of the teachings or anything. But I've kind of like seen some things that they post and things, and pretty much all of them are about Jesus, and they get offended if you talk about Jesus, and they're worshiping and idolizing a book, and they're not Christians, they're Biblicans, and it even says in their own book, Paul said it. If Paul was even a real person, because Paul didn't write that. They'll even tell you Paul didn't write that. That these are the people that rewrote Paul's letters. That's it. So it's all he said, she said, the whole thing. But Paul said, "The dead letter killeth; only the spirit giveth life." It's everything that they do is literally in their own book. It tells them the exact opposite of what they're saying and doing. Like, did you read your own book, or did you let your granny, the pastor man up there? There's women out here that are pastors. It literally says in the book that women can't even speak in the church. So how are you a pastor? That means you just made up your own religion. You ain't even going by nothing. You just say, screw it. I'm Pastor Deborah Jenkins of AME First Chapel, Born on Calvary, Rise Again, Resurrection Faith Baptist Church. Woo! Come on in. Pass that collection plate around. Pass it. Everybody. Did everybody get it? It's it's just amazing. And then you try to tell someone the truth and they get offended. It's like no nice way to tell the truth. Well, guess what? The truth is like love. It makes you're gonna real love. You're gonna go through uncomfortable moments. Real love is not always comfort. See, and convenient. That's what everybody is in right now. Comfort and convenience. They don't want truth. They don't even want real love because real love is truth. But it'll tear away that thing they've been holding on like a teddy bear, like a blankie, like a binky in their mouth. Grown folks. That's what religion is. It's a binky, it's a blankie that you're holding on to. No, because if I would rather live for Jesus and it not be true, and I get there and I lived a good life, and I didn't no harm, no foul. Then to get up there and then it'd be right, and then and I didn't live for Jesus and I burn in hell for eternity. Well, guess what, beloved? Neither one of those is the truth. That's the Cainable system. That's the Democrat Republican. Red, blue, hot, cold. Joaquin Boaz. Kayain Abba El. It's the demiurge. It's duality, polarity. It's not, and you want, and then people put it like that, but you don't realize it does affect your life because it's not the truth. So you're beliving. You're not living, you're beliving. See, when you live in love and now, then you own the moment, no matter what's going on. And that is the only thing you own, so that's what makes you wealthy. Because it's your soul. Is the you that's nothing else here you own. Nothing. Your soul that's who you are. That's why I say you're on your own. When you're by yourself, well, you're on your own now. Own and now is the same word. Yeah, you loser. You're on your own now. Well, actually, when you're on your own now, you won. Cause that's when you will finally that's what some people call rock bottom. Others it's not. Others it's just an epiphany or a spark, you know. And everyone's on their own journey, y'all. That's the biggest thing that I can just put out there this evening. Everyone's on their own journey. Love them, respect it. You know, you you gotta realize people are gonna take you the wrong way. I've listen. I do this. This is what I do. Like I'm not just on the internet, guys. I'm not like no YouTuber guy. Like I'm really out here. I really do this in real life in like places that you can't even really most of y'all can't even fathom. Like you not saying anything wrong with or against you, but pretty much anywhere. I go every and anywhere that you can think of. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna use certain words in this and that. I go every and anywhere and do what I'm doing on here. I'm just like I said. I'm not the type that's gonna broadcast it. You know what I mean? And I'm just sharing with you one thing that I've learned a lot here recently is no one is gonna see everything your way. No one, because they're not meant to. They're an angle or an angel. Okay, they've mystified the whole angel thing and made you think it's wings flying around here and all that. Listen, every story that you've ever been told is about you. It's about us. The angels, the fallen angels, the other angels. This thing, but they the it turned it into its stuff. You know, just like the stars and all of this stuff. Like it was never, it wasn't never. It was a point where it wasn't like some weird divination thing. It was literally for food and stuff. You know, and then it's just a lot out here, y'all. It's like almost too much to even talk about in one sitting. People think they're getting ready to get their light bodies like next year. Like there's people making posts like, yeah, by 2030 we'll be in our light bodies. It's then there's other posts. All the white people finna get burnt off the face of the earth. Hold on, I'm sorry. It's a lot of that going around too. That every white person is finna get skin cancer and burnt off the face of the earth. Listen, man. I know people that most people would call white that work in the sun every day, like 70 hours a week. And I know dark skinned people that can't even sit outside for 10 minutes. That would be like, dang, man, this is crazy, man. I gotta get inside. So let's be clear. The whole skin color thing, that's very weak. That's like a very weak mute point at this point. At where we're at with it now, the skin color thing is so played. That's out the window. Like the true enemies out here look just like you, because the enemy, the true oppressor and the true enemy is not gonna come as something that you can't like resonate with. It's gonna come in a form that you resonate with. So it's gonna come looking like you. It's gonna come looking like something that you'll trust. So if you trust a certain skin color, guess what? That's who's gonna infiltrate. That's how it's gonna try to infiltrate you. You like certain music, you like maybe you don't like. It was a lot of people when I put out the video, the Crowns of Kronos. I had some beats playing. People like I couldn't take the beats. Some people went as far as saying it was demonic. Well, if I would have put a country song on, you might have been over there two-stepping to it. So what? And what does that mean? There was no words on there. So what's not everybody likes lavender tea at night. Not everybody likes uh sugar in their coffee. Like how that doesn't mean it's evil. Dark coffee is evil. It's dark. Like and that's like people who project this stuff, man. And we really gotta realize that we only need to connect at one point That's it. We don't have to sit and like suck each other's energy off of each other. Like, yeah, man, like lead the way. Like we're meant to all be leaders. We're meant to all lead the way. If anything, I'm not people. It's only been one person that said it about like, well, he's such a good teacher. Why he only has 7,000 people? Well, for one, I only just started teaching on YouTube in October, but even then, I wouldn't care. That's just an egotistical thing. Anyone that says that, you automatically know where they're operating from. Like it's you just told on yourself. Like look at my numbers. Look at my bank account. Like, what does that mean? That means absolutely nothing. How many subscribers you have, your bank account, the square footage in your house, it don't mean nothing if you aren't happy and you're not full of joy. Joyful. It means nothing. None of this means nothing if you don't find the joy in you. You love everybody around you, then be the best you. Be the best you. Because the best you gives the best love. It's sad, man, and it's not just one person. It's a lot of these guys on the internet, and girls, these priestesses and this and that, and these star seeds and stuff. Man, it's the new psyop, y'all. Like, do you really come on, y'all? Let's be real. Do you really think that we're coming into some perfect age, the age of Aquarius? It's going to be perfect. It's the golden age. Everything is about to just be perfect. Like, do you really think that? And then on the flip side, do you really think we're in a video game and like this is all you can't simulate authentic love. So there's no way that debunks that right there. That means that you're not real. Like even the real you is not real because you can't simulate authentic love and you are authentic love. You know that. You can't even put it into words. So that debunks the whole simulation, even the Gnostics about the demiurge and Yada Bayoff and this he made this and this whole thing is his. No, it's not. It's not why we here, it ain't. While we are here, wherever we at, there we are, and we're not ruling over anything, but it's not anyone else's. It's not yours, and it ain't Yalda Bayoff's, it ain't the Demiurge, it's not Sophia's, it's not nobody's. What do you mean? Who, where? Show me who. Who told you? Who told you? What you gonna show me something, a paperwork or something, the deed to the earth? Yeah, this is the scroll to earth. See the signature? Yeah. Zeus. Zeus, Yalda Bayoff. He owns it. What? What are you talking about? It's free will. You don't own I know that, and I know I can say anything, do anything that is in my will. If you can't stop that, then you can't stop I in my truest, purest form. And that's the same with y'all. So there's nothing to really worry about. Even your loved ones who don't seem to get it. And stop, you know, look, we know that thing had technology in it, but let's you know, we've been divided enough. You know what I mean? Like let's let up a little bit on the folks that made, they know they made a mistake, and the ones that don't and are still sitting in the booster seats, then that's the ones that's walking down the wrong way. What are we gonna do? Put them in a chokehold? You can't. So, and that, let me tell you something. It was not the mark of the beast, y'all. I don't care what anybody said. You know how long I was with the Great Spirit puts things on my heart pretty quickly. The greatest of spirit. You know how long I was waiting to see if that if that was going to be placed on my heart, why all these, not all of them, because some of them was actually had their church set up giving it out, a lot of churches. Um, but there were some, I guess if you want to call them pastors, preachers, was out here saying it's the mark of the beast and stuff. How does that make people feel? If your dad took it and stuff, and you've been indoctrinated into religion, and like now you think your dad's going to hell for eternity, that's some mess. That alone is evil. So like we gotta come out from among that too. Like yeah, it might be technology, but it's physical. You supersede. It ain't some freaking. Even their quantum is not nothing. Like quantum D-wave computer. Man, we can walk up and freaking, for one, we can smash it physically. Like five of us can smash the D-wave to pieces. That's number one. Number two is if you really want to be real, on some real type time, there's some of us that can walk up there and literally just make it inoperable from magno dielectric. If you want to get funky with it, it's some of us can do it alone. Can walk up to their highest technology and render it useless. Don't even gotta say nothing. Don't gotta do no crazy ritual. Just walk right past it. That's what I'm saying, y'all. They have nothing here. I'm not saying go out and get the like. Somebody made a stupid comment the last time I mentioned this. Somebody said, well, how about he proves it and goes and gets it and vibrates it out of his body? Well, that wouldn't be wise, my friend. That would be stupidity. And I might be some dumb, but I'm not plumb dumb. So why would I do that? Why would that's called proving something. That's the ego trying to prove. So therefore, if I did that, I would not be able to vibrate it out because it wasn't the soul that made that decision. It was the ego that made the decision. That means the ego not going to be able to vibrate the technology out because it's attached to the ego. It's the soul that has to overcome it, not the body, not the ego. Not the duality. Did I take a mark of the beast? Oh no. Spike proteins. So what? If that's how you supposed to leave up out here, then you still gonna fulfill your mission here and what you supposed to do. So what? We all gotta blast off out of here. How do you wanna go? You wanna write it down how you would like to go? Like what? Skydiving? You want to climb a tree? You want to you want to go down the road 100 mile an hour or something? Like, you're gonna leave somehow. You're going to the next place somehow, whether it's the plasma apocalypse or you floating all the way up to the firmament. Whatever. You're not gonna remain here in this. So with that known, you can do one or two things. You can sit back and just be numb. You can sit back and just be numb and be like, well, none of it matters anyway. Or you can say, you know what? I'm basically a freaking superhero out here. That don't mean I gotta go around with the costume on, with an S on my chest, in a cape. Everywhere I go, all eyes on me. Look at me. Yeah. Kal-El, Superman, Spider-Man. No. You still be humble and be you and walk light and whatever is meant for you to solve, the problem will cross your path. And it comes easy when you tap into the real you. That's real healing. All them stories they talking about, Christ went back to Lazarus and rose him from the dead and stuff. That man was stinking if he was dead, for his body was rotting. That means that would be like a zombie. They ain't talking about physical body. They talking about the lost. When he says the mud on the eyes and heal the blind man, no, they not talking about physical sight. They talking about healing your soul, the trauma and the pain, and that comes through knowing the truth. You can't hang on to these religions that are part of this world. They're part of this world. Yes, I get it, man. There was a time where I couldn't let go, and it hurt. Like I was like, no way. They had me crying and everything. Like man, oh no, this is the truth. Cause you feel like subconsciously you feel like everyone lied to you or something, or you feel like lonely, or you feel or you got indoctrinated so heavy you feel like you're absolutely doing something wrong and like evil and like if you don't stay with what everyone else is doing, then you're something wrong with you. It says it in the own book that that the that's the broad path. If everybody here claims that they're Christian and Muslim and JEW ish, the Abrahamic religion, don't you think that's the broad path? I would think that the narrow path would be those that figure out that they're the Christ. The whole message that he was, whether he was here or someone wrote it, it don't matter. We all know the story. It's about inspiration. It's about inspiration. So like, and they flip it on everyone to make you think, don't be inspired. Just repeat after me. Now you're saved and you can go about your business and be a good slave, and that's it. As long as you're a good slave and you do everything and you work and you're exhausted from making this money, and you believe in this raw legion, that your reward will come. When really you're not. You're meant to feel things here, but you're not meant to constantly suffer. That's not feeling things. That's being stuck, idle. You're not meant to be here just suffering. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to go out with some friends. It's okay to wear a necklace you like. It's okay. If you like crystals, get some crystals. Who gonna tell you that's idolatry? If you like whatever, if you like dressing a certain way, if you like a car or something, oh, that's materialistic. Man, you here right now. Be happy too. Don't get over spiritual to the point where you're miserable. And that's what a lot of these people is doing. Or they got gimmicks and they trying to teach you how to be a freaking ascended master. When your moment to be an ascended master is here, it will happen automatically. You don't have to try, because you are the all. If you're all, what would you have to try to do? Think about that. You don't. That's like God having to try. That's why there's no war. And I don't like using the word God. I only use it to get the message across. But that's when they say there's a war coming, a war in heaven. Not from my origin, what the origin of my eternal soul, life, light, and rest. There ain't no war. We're so far above and beyond that. Like the whole thing will literally cease to exist before it's a war. Like what? It's the it that wants you to be live. It's some war in heaven, and it's all these angels coming back to fight and stuff. If it's angels coming back to fight, then they ain't where we from, because we're from love. We are love. That's what we are. We're love. But it comes in all different ways. It's not just some little, like a color. Like love is just red. It's beyond what you can really fathom here in this, whatever you want to call it, dimension, realm, reality. You can't fully grasp how much love you truly are. You only feel it in little specks here, like pieces, and that's what hurts. The reason you even feel pain is because of love. You don't feel pain because you didn't like somebody. If somebody you don't like says something ignorant to you, are you gonna go home and feel pain and be like, man, why did they call me that? And like be crying? No, it's only the people that you care about, or it don't even matter if you just met them. You could have a connection with them instantly, and then the next day something happened and it hurts you. It hurts your feelings. Like, dang, yo, I thought they was different than that. Like when we first met, it was like, what happened? We was vibing, and now I don't know. This got weird real quick, and it kind of will hurt you a little bit. Why? Because you actually shared some love with that person. That's why. So everything here that you feel literally is based off love, y'all. I promise you. And not everyone. Some people are on the other end of the spectrum, but then again, you cannot worry about them. You cannot worry. It's not about you not loving them. It's about they're on their own journey. Okay, you cannot expect them to do it with on your journey. That's why it's called the narrow path. You gotta walk it. We can walk it together, and we can walk like parallel. We can talk, we can chat it up, but we both can't fit on this little path. You gotta be right there. I'm right here, and we all across. That's the grid. See, the broad path is when everyone's on the highway together. On the big freeway, the big 12-lane freeway up there going to the city of cells and looks like termites and stuff, insectoid cities. That's the broad path. These big old churches and, this the only way. Who told you? Who told you it was the only way? Well, this is an inerrant word of God. Who told you that? Well, it's just a fact. And who told you? Who said it was a fact? The King James version. Who's King James? Well, he was a good. He was. What about before that? That was only 400 years ago. Oh, we got the original scroll. No, you don't. The New Testament was written off the Septuagint. They don't have one original Septuagint. They don't even got the original New Testament. None of it. And I'm not picking on the Bible, y'all. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to pick on the Bible. It's just right now that is where everyone's at with it. It's either there's a group of people that's like into the Anunnaki and all that and spaceships, and everyone's looking at the sky talking about spaceships and galaxies and stuff and this and that. And then on the flip side is everybody waiting on Jesus to come surfing down on a surfboard and do what? Every knee shall bow. That's not free will. That's not how it works. If every knee shall bow, then that means it was already everyone that was going to hell was made already, and everyone that was going to heaven was made already, and every knee was going to bow anyway. So that means this was all for nothing. It was already planned out that there was people made to go to hell, and people made to go to heaven, and we just came down here and mixed it up for one life, and installed a few religions. Let's see who picks the right one. That's what you're telling me. Come on, man. It don't even sound like a child. It would sound dumb to a child to say that. My 4-year-old, if I said that, she would have more common sense than most of these folks out here. And yeah, I still love them. I'm not talking down on anybody. I'm not. I love them to life. And guess what? They're gonna still make it. They're gonna still make it. They will still be there. It's a journey. It's some people just gonna have to. They're taking a long way, for whatever reason. Some people we walking straight to the store. I'm too old. My legs start hurting. My shoes might be uncomfortable. I'm going straight. I'm going through. I'm cutting through people's yards. As long as they ain't got no fence. I'm cool with dogs, so I don't care about dogs. I'm taking the shortest path. Some people want to take the long way. That what? That mean they're evil or something? No. Some people are taking the long way, but guess what? We all gonna be there at the family reunion. That's what you gotta really realize, and that's where we stop judging everybody and trying, you know, project things on everybody. Just love them, and like I told you that an elder chief told you should be teaching your message, what you are here for, at all times, but only use words when necessary. That means that's what they tell you about Christ. The word made flesh. People don't get that. No, it was only one. Blasphemy. He lived for me. He died for me. He lived a perfect life. He was perfect in all his ways. And then he died for my sins. Who told you that you wasn't perfect, beloved? You think that because they indoctrinated you are perfect. You're perfectly and beautifully, wonderfully made. They tell you in his image. See how they tell you the truth and then add the little thing on the end? They said the truth was in the beginning of the statement. Beautifully, perfectly, wonderfully made in his image. That's ego. The true Christ has no ego. It's love. And there's no separation. It wouldn't even be, you know how much you love. What would you think would be the way you would want it to go down? Would you want to come floating out the sky? You're the Christ. Would you want to come floating out the sky like Rambo? Every knee shall bow. Ha ha, told y'all I was coming back. Yeah, got him. Yo, Michael, come on, let's get him. Take him out. Every knee's gonna bow. Ah. Is that the Christ, or would you rather like everyone come together organically and like figure it out on their own? Hey, hold on. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug. You know what I'm saying, though? Like that is it. Like it's not. And I don't know. Everyone has a different reason, a different perspective on why a different upbringing, a different experience, a different angle. Angel. Angle and angel is the same word. It's an angle of light. You have your own. Only you can stand where you're standing right now. Only you can see the things that you see and see them the way you see them and think about them the way you think about them. That means you're the most unique soul in existence. You're the most unique being in existence. What are you going to do with it? What what would you like to do with it? You can do anything. Stop copping out about money and like and land, and it's all an illusion. All of it is an illusion. See, that's where people get mixed up. They think illusion means it has to be like a simulation. No, there's people that I know can do some pretty good magic tricks. That don't mean they're freaking simulating the magic trick. I know a couple good tricks that I learned from growing up around my pop's crazy behind friends, bikers. I know quite a few little tricks and stuff. They weren't simulating the trick. It was a trick. It was an illusion. That's what all of this is. It's not a simulation. It's just there's a lot of illusions out here, and illusions, losing. You're losing. You're ill and you're losing in the illusion. Keeps you ill, keeps you depleted, keeps your energy down, keeps you confused, don't know which way to go. You know, you're worried about somebody because they're sick or you got to get the foot amputated or something. That's not even their foot. It's not even yours. They say you can't take money with you. You can't even take your body with you. So what are you worried about that for? Like, there's nothing to worry about. The worry is what brings it on, because you start resonating on that frequency and it comes. You're calling it. You're literally calling it with the worry. Like, no, please don't come. And then it comes. No, please. And then it comes. Because you're that worried about it. It's like smell. Like they showed you in these little weird horror movies. Like it can smell. Like, what was that? Jeepers Creepers? Where it could smell fear. And it was like on the bus with the high school people. And like it would go after the one that was the most scared of it. Same thing out here, but it's just not some weird, creepy monster. It's energy. It's actually you. You're just bring. It's a frequency that you're resonate. It's a dial. It's just like a radio. You're turning your dial to that radio station, and you're telling me, I hate this. I don't like this music. Well, it's because you got your dial on it. You're always worried about something, and yet here you are. You're still here. So everything you ever worried about in your whole life was a lie. You know that? Everything you've ever worried about, and then if you say, well, no, it wasn't because I lost my husband, I lost my wife. No, you're gonna figure out that was a lie too. You're gonna find out that was a lie too. You never lost anything. You've never lost anything you love, beloved. No thing, nothing. Anything you love is alive and well. Trust and know, because you love. So if you love that, and that means that is love too. That means that's the radio station you dialed in. That means they exist. You're dialed in. That's how you know that you're not. That ain't nobody gone and all that. Because it's love. It's the strong. It's it's so far beyond anything here that it just can't even be fathomed. It's beyond chakras. Open your chakras. 5D, pole shifts, sun cycles, uh, all of it. All of it, y'all. Like, for real. And, like, I think it's a group that I'm seeing that's finally coming around to the full circle. You went down the rabbit hole, you went all the way around, you got all the knowledge, you figured it all out, and now it brought you back to square one. You're different now. You're different. You're not the same as when you first started at square one. You're whole now. You're whole. And now you know. You won. And now it gets back simple. Now it gets back to complexity. It's not the knowledge of tree of good and evil. Once you come full circle and you become whole, it becomes the simplest thing. It's no simulacrums and dates and pyramids and DNA upgrades and and 5D and heaven or hell, and it all just becomes the simplest thing. Then I love y'all. I'm gonna leave off there. I'll talk to you soon. I hope this has helped you, comforted your spirit, comforted your soul a little bit. you know it's therapeutic. I don't even like using that word, but it's comforting, and especially when it's truth and not just like an illusion of comfort, that of convenience. Like when the truth can be comforting, that's when you know that you're there. If you ain't all the way there, you're coming home. You're already around the third, and you're on your way home. So You know, find comfort in that. Don't worry about nothing, y'all. I love you. I'll speak to you soon. As always and always, me said, y'all.